Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. Sitting inside the 2015 Chevrolet. It's the Traverse. It's got the big 3.6, and we got the note. And he writes, "Dear Eric, this is the 2015 Chevrolet Traverse. It's my mother's car. She's 78 and drives it to church on Sunday and the bar on Friday." Must be Catholic. I didn't just say that out loud, did I? We bought it new in 2015, 1,200 miles on the clock. It's always ran perfectly. Since new to us, it has always started hard. Even if you let it go, even if you let go of the key, it still turns over several times till it starts. So what he's talking about is these Chevys. If you just bump the key in the crank position, once the BCM receives the signal, it just cranks regardless if you're on the key or not. So that's what that does. The other day, let's see, blah, 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 where are we at here? The other day, Christmas trees lit up on the dash everywhere. It's all-wheel drive disabled, service break soon, everything drivetrain related, ABS, all of it. The whole shebang, he says. The whole shebang. She said it was making horrible noises when she stepped on the brake pedal, but it still stopped. I'm going to make a hypothesis just based off of that. Sounds like it has a bad wheel speed sensor. These vehicles are pretty notorious for that. Customer complaints always the same. The noise and stuff in the brake pedal. Usually it's the traction control kicking on. The magnets fall off the back of these bearings, so super common. She's driving home with the brake issue. It started to hesitate and cut out, like dead cut out, but never stopped running. She got home, he scanned it. He got a PO 650 for the malfunction light control circuit, and a 365 for cam position B bank 1. He changed the cam sensor. The old one came out in 2 pieces, and it was bad. Of course it was. He broke it in half. Now, as soon as you hit the key, it's off and running. So I cleared the codes, took it for a ride, and everything acts the same. All the lights, everything. I bring it back home and said, "This is the job for SMA. Now it's your problem. Have a good day." Work your magic. Love always, Mike. Wow. So that's it. I did, prior to bringing it in the shop here, I just started it up and went up the road and back, and all the lights did come back on, but they weren't on when I started it. So I'm going to show you something. So we hit the key, and then, you guys heard it crank. So, but he said that seemed to resolve that issue, his long crank issue. So it sounds like he might have had a cam sensor going bad for a while, and he got that resolved. But as I just drove up the road, spun around and come back, it does act like it has a bad speed sensor. I've grabbed the Harbor Freight Icon T10. It says it just did two software updates. We're going to hook it up and indeed see if there is just that, and see if we can't get old Meemaw back on the road. Now I think I just saw this thing's only got 43,000 miles on it, so it must be she is only going to the bar in church. So you might not be wrong there. I'm gonna let it scan the VIN. We'll turn the key on and see what it has for codes, because all the lights are on. Might not be too exciting because, like I say, I think we're just dealing with a broken magnet. This is what's on the dash: service traction control, service stability track. I think service all-wheel drive pops up. Traction off. Yeah. Well, anyways, you guys get the gist. Those lights are on. You start driving, more stuff happens. So we'll go like this, and we'll do an all code scan and let you know what she says. It says here we've got 10, our modules with fault codes 10. 10 with codes, 10 without codes. Alright, and the ECM, we have misfire, immobilizer, key and crack, so there's some history codes. Current code, that 650 that he was talking about, for the mail circuit. Does that mean our engine light doesn't work? That's probably what it means. Yes, sir, I don't see it. This baby's ready for the auction. Typical auction move right there. Let's see, so not really a big deal. Although technically, if I'm being technical, that does fail New York State inspection. But you know what? This car's from PA, so nobody cares. But in New York State, we are required to report whether or not the mill comes on, key on, engine off. And as an automatic failure. Okay, here we go. Right front wheel speed sensor circuit not plausible. I'm pretty sure you can hear the right front bearing screaming for dear life as you drive it down the road, and we got a bunch of other history codes. Interesting. Security controller in learn mode. That's curious. The battery in this thing sounds like it's about whipped when it cranks over. Alright, anyhow, let's go fix the problem here. You can't go from there, fella. Where is we want to go in here, and then we want to go to data stream, and then we're going to pull up our wheel speed data. I assume it's going to be very glitchy, is my guess. And then right rear. Are these not in ABC order? They're not. I thought usually these things were, but okay. Let that do what it's got to do. And come on. Alright. We're scrolling. Back up without running anybody over. Which one's right front? That is going to be the, we're going to call it the mustard colored one. I better look where I'm going here. Let me flip on my seatbelt so the dinger doesn't go bonkers, and we'll go for a little rippy down the road. Wow, it must be foreign car day here. Nothing but Toyotas, Kias. Alright, stand by. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but ABS traction control's kicking on like a banshee right now. Hear it? Oh yeah. If we just look at that, we can see that mustard colored line, the right front wheel speed sensor, is dropping out and is not plausible, obviously, with the other three wheels. Definitely has a little hitch in its giddy up, huh? Now let's listen to the bearing. I just shut everything off because I got sick of looking at the cruddy signal. Yeah, you guys probably can't hear it. There is a slight it's not running real good. That's interesting. Even with the stability track off, all the lights on, it still runs like garbage there. What we'll do is we'll go back, we'll pick it up in the air, spin it by hand, see if that's the noisy bearing also. There is just a real slight bearing noise. Issues. I don't know if that's traction control kicking on, making the car run all herky-jerky like that or not. I guess if it were me, I would fix that issue first, fix the issue we know is, going on, and see if that takes care of this, little hitch that's getting up here. So what's curious is, we give it gas there and the car starts jerking and bucking. I don't know if, oh, there's the all-wheel drive off light. I don't know if you guys can pick that up in the video, perhaps not, but, bucking, jerking, skipping. Typically when, it sees erratic wheel speed signals, it'll start to retard the engine back to, to get traction, and, kicks the ABS on, one side or the other to make, wheel stop or wheel spin. that usually all goes away when you have erratic speed signal like this and you drive it and then bing, 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 all the lights come on. That usually stops all that nonsense from happening. So I'm curious if we have two issues here. But again, I don't want to go tracking down the skipping and bucking deal, not knowing fully. Is it, is the strategy still looking at some of that wheel speed signals, and even though the system all appears to be off and disabled. So that would be my approach there. I don't recall in the past, typically if it's still looking at wheel speed signal when I come pulling into the shop like this, usually the ABS will kick on, in which case it didn't. So I don't know. That's my answer. Let's pick it up. I'm sure we're going to find that the magnet is missing on that right front wheel. And these Traverses use the same wheel bearing on all four corners. So what I'm getting at is typically when this happens on one wheel, the other ones aren't far behind, and it's always the right side to start with. Right front, right rear are usually the two that always go bad first. Yes, sir. Just missing the magnet right there. Let's see. Immense. Right around town. There it is. Missing a chunk right there. Big old chunk, like most of it. Where's the rest of it? Oh, there's a little piece there. There's a little piece there, and then we're back in business. That's predicted. So it just needs a wheel bearing.
Hi, kitty. Hi, Luna. Come here. Come here, kitty, kitty. Come on.
She won't talk to me today. That one looks fine. Back ones are a little trickier to see, but we're not having an issue back here, so I'm not going to waste a lot of time. Well, front rollers are looking a little rusty, but she just gotta get back and forth to the barn to church. I guess we're probably gonna be all right. You think get her done? Called Napa. They got a bearing. On its way. It's the 22.5 millimeter from Astro Tools, along with the Thor G2. The 1895. Oh yeah, first try. The other first tries were with the key off, or the camera off. Keys off, I guess, too. Oh, she's a little stuck. See if we can't just peel the whole caliper off. I got us a 21. So I see all the overspray and stuff on this thing. Apparently this car was a salvage vehicle. They bought it wrecked, I guess. Fixed it up. Gave it to his mother. Something like that. Let's see. Slip that bad boy right now. She's still got some pad in there. We'll hook this up with our little hooker. There we go. No sense in marking it. Clean the rust out of the inside. Spritz it down with the blaster. The Big Shot blaster. I put a straw on it. Supposed to have pinpoint accuracy without the straw. Now that we've sprayed it, it should fall plumb off on its own. Bringing out the dog. Oh, that really wasn't that dramatic, was it? Got 3 bolts in the back. They take the 13 mil. We'll go back here with the old tooth cracker. Oh boy, watch your face. See if we can't get them. Oh, that one slid right out. So there's one. The top one's a little bit tighter. I feel the pain already. Easy. There's two. Oh wow. PB blaster. That's what got her done. Schnizzle my lizzle. Or Lyle. It's your classic 40100 hub remover. Oh yeah. This saves you from beating your brains out. So grab this little guy. It's just a helpful little tool. It's helpful. Oh, here he comes. Comes the choo-choo. There we go. Mother of pearl. So not a big deal. I know, like on the picture here, which I completely disagree with, they show pushing on the brake caliper ear. This thing puts out a tremendous amount of force. I've pushed on the caliper ears very, very lightly, just enough to put a little tension on it, or a little bit of pressure rather. And it's not a good feeling, because even pushing on them lightly, like, I mean, you see them flex a little bit, and that's not something you want to go wrong. So use your noodle when using this tool. Super handy tool, saves a ton of beating, and air hammering and rattling and all that stuff. So, and now you guys can get a better look at that bearing. There's some magnetic pieces right there. Magnet's kind of like this rubbery piece here. Almost looks like a seal. Magnet's good there. Obviously missing there. Little chunk there. Little fluid film. Whoa, dude. Lost our straw. That's alright. Can's about empty. Get her juiced up. Stick that like that. Ooh. Ooh. I'll grab one of the bolts here. We'll grab the blue Loctite. About all you need. Stick that down. Get one of them lined up. Ooh, slips right in. (1,068 inch-pounds) is we're going to torque these babies to, or 89 foot-pounds, whichever you prefer. There's that one. There it is. I think the axle nut's $1.75. I don't really know. We'll look it up though. Yeah, on the safe side. I think the Napa site, when I ordered the bearing, they post their specs here. They said $1.75. We'll check it out in service data here. 173 according to General Motors. We gotta be close. Oh, there she goes. 180 is what we ended up with. Keep it from getting all crusty. Clean off the rusty. Ring in there, ring out there. We want her to sit flat. Slide that bad boy up on. $129er, little blue Loctite on those. Doesn't hurt anything. Alright, take two. Got them up on the graph. Same thing we were just looking at. You should see this car here, this PA car, Subaru. The subframe is the worst I've ever seen. The car's pretty nice condition underneath. The entire right control arm ripped off the subframe. Pretty crazy. And the guy drove it here. I could barely get it in the bay. It was awesome. Oh, would you look at that thing of beauty. So our wheel speed sensor is working as it should. Lights on. Man, it sounds like there is a heck of a wind whistle around this door. It's like there's no insulation in that door. Well, he did say it was smacked on that side, so maybe there's something going on there, but man, there's an awful lot of road noise coming through that door. We'll head out on the big road, see if it's acting funny or anything like that. I figured sure as heck when those lights come on there, it usually disables stability track, but evidently it still takes that input. Cuts the engine back. Well, his ma will be happy. We'll go back, I'll eat some lunch, and we'll check out what's going on with the mill. Oh, poor little deer. See if it's a broken wire or if somebody just gave it the old 1-2 scrape-a-roo. Because I think this would be LED. The engine light, I can see it there when the sunshine hits it. It's right down by the 0, right underneath the MPH down there is where the engine light's supposed to be. Right there, you see it? A little sunlight hit that for you. I think they're probably LED. I doubt they're a regular bulb. Could be wrong. We'll see what's up. He does not have emissions inspection in his county or where they live in Pennsylvania, so it's